It's no secret that NBA players rake in so much cash from their multi-million-dollar contracts in the league, but also add to that the many endorsements they get along the way. From sports brands, phones, and even food, it becomes really excessive. With that much cash coming in every year, it's just natural to want to spend it on anything you want, especially since we know they worked extremely hard for their money. One way they spend their cash is on some super luxurious and exotic cars, so today let's look at the most expensive cars owned by NBA players. But before that, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Number 1. James Harden's Bentley Bentayga. The Beard is known to be a man who loves speedy rides, and this SUV crossover did not disappoint. The Bentley Bentayga has a 6-liter V12 engine with more than 600 horsepower of energy. It can go from 0 to 60 in 4 seconds to be exact. That's to be expected though, I guess, since the Bentayga is also known as the fastest SUV in the world. If that's true, Harden definitely gets his money worth since he spent about $200,000 on just that. Second, LeBron James Ferrari 599. This wouldn't be much of a list of expensive cars owned by the NBA players if the king wasn't involved. LeBron James is known for his love of basketball and for fancy cars too, so naturally a few of his most expensive cars are on this list. The first LBJ vehicle worth mentioning is one of the most popular Berlinetta sports coupe, the Ferrari 599. LeBron bought this car for $300,000 as a gift to himself for his 25th birthday. The car boasts a Grand Prix feel thanks to the special F1 traction control system and speeds that can go from 0 to 100 in less than 4 seconds. Next is another $300,000 ride, Dwight Howard's Bentley Mulsanne. Howard purchased one of these rare special models of the Mulsanne in 2012 after patiently waiting for its revival from the 1980 to 1992 models. With speeds going almost 300 kilometers per hour, the Bentley Mulsanne definitely satisfies the Lakers center. At number 4 is one of the NBA's most promising stars, which is Ben Simmons with his growing appetite for high-value rides. It looks like Simmons has acquired the Kardashian taste for luxury items as seen with his purchase of a Rolls Royce Wraith for $300,000. That's not all though. Just after a few months, Ben posted on Instagram his sweet new Ferrari 488 Spider for the same hefty price tag which he bought for his 23rd birthday. The 76ers player seems to have taken a fancy to this particular ride and already has had 2 paint jobs done on his Spider, one in orange and another in an all-black design. Now let's get back to LeBron James. This time, let's look at his Maybach 57S. This fancy car is one of the most sought-after cars by some of the biggest celebs in the world. For a whopping $415,000, James purchased the special Maybach version, which has a 6-liter V12 engine created by Mercedes. Of course, the specs of this car are crazy as it has an engine that can produce up to 612 horsepower, a 450 kilowatt power output, a sub 5-second sprint, and a top speed of 275 kilometers per hour. What a beast! Moving on to another crazy ride owned by an NBA legend, we have Kobe Bryant's Lamborghini Aventador. With being one of the highest paid NBA players in his time, the late Kobe Bryant has to be on this list, especially with his $400,000 Lamborghini Aventador. The Italian model is as great as the Black Mamba due to its 710 horsepower engine that churns out speeds reaching up to 62 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds. The Aventador also features a slick black look with a carbon fiber chassis, stability controls, ceramic brakes, and an active rear wing. This wasn't Kobe's first Lambo though, it's actually an upgrade from his Lamborghini Murcielago, which was powered by the same V12 engine. Next, I have to mention that another NBA player owns a Lamborghini Aventador, and that's the most explosive player in the league, Russell Westbrook. Westbrook bought his Aventador for almost the same price as Kobe, given that this particular cruiser fits perfectly to the kind of car Russell wants: open top, sporty, and sleek. Next up, we have Dwayne Wade. With D. Wade's 15-year basketball career, it's no wonder he can spend quite a lot on luxury cars. Now, while it's not the most expensive ride on the list, his Ferrari F12 Berlinetta certainly deserves a spot here for its price of $330,000. The Pearl Blue Racer boasts an engine that was internationally recognized for its performance and capacity in 2013. Plus, it was also hailed as the 2012 Supercar of the Year by Top Gear. The funny thing about it though is the Miami Heat veteran never actually showed off his Berlinetta to the world. The only reason we knew about his fancy car was when it was just sitting in the background of a photo shared by Wade on his Instagram. Moving on, we have Lamar Odom's Rolls Royce Phantom. This $400,000 beast was a gift to Lamar Odom from his then-wife Khloe Kardashian after the former won the NBA championship ring. As a Kardashian purchase, the Phantom Drophead Coupe is a certified luxurious and stylish car. It boasts a massive V12 engine, styled to capture the look of a yacht, and the trademark rear-hinged doors. I wonder if he had to give it back after they split up. The only thing I'm certain of is that Lamar Odom isn't the only NBA player to own such a beautiful vehicle. The King himself has taken a liking to the Rolls Royce after receiving the unit from another NBA superstar, Shaquille O'Neal. It's crazy to think of someone just giving someone a car that costs as much as 3 or 4 houses. Now, for Formula 1 fans out there, you should recognize a good race car when you see one. It looks like Dwayne has one, since he actually bought his very own Mercedes SLR McLaren, a car that was known to be the fastest one in its prime. The Miami Heat shooting guard is one of the lucky owners of the limited McLaren, when Mercedes-Benz produced just 25 units of the model worldwide. How fast can this beast actually go, you ask? Well, experts say this Grand Tourer can go from 0 to 100 in about 4 seconds. That's due to its 5.4-liter supercharged V8 engine, which is paired with a 5-speed automatic transmission. Did you know that Wade got this for himself as a gift for his 31st birthday? Well, he did, and he spent a cool $500,000. Next up is Dwight Howard's Knight XV truck. If you already envy Dwight Howard's Bentley Mulsanne, well, you will surely drool over this expensive truck, which he purchased for about $600,000. What's so special about this glorified truck, though? Well, it's also a rare model, even more unique than the Mercedes SLR McLaren, with only 17 units ever made. It took Conquest Vehicles about 6 months to handcraft this specialty vehicle to perfection. This bulky ride is fully armored and is equipped with the best security features like super tires, which can still run for 80 miles even after being shot at. And I'd like to add that it has bulletproof windows, which can withstand bullets from an AK-47. But if you think that this almost indestructible car is a slow racer, think again. With a 6.8-liter V10 engine, it can still go as fast as 161 kilometers per hour. That's kind of insane given that the truck weighs 6,000 kilos. I guess he's getting ready for the apocalypse if it ever comes. LeBron James is back again, this time with a customized Lamborghini Aventador Roadster. King James' final entry on this list is an over-the-top luxury car that only a man such as himself can pull off. You might be wondering, why another Lamborghini? Wasn't this mentioned along with Kobe Bryant and Russell Westbrook? Well, LeBron's Roadster isn't exactly the same as theirs. While it does have the same engine as a regular Aventador, it also accelerates as fast as 3 seconds from 0 to 100. However, the thing that makes it the only one in the world is how LeBron touched up his specific car to fit his unique style. The car was brought around the same time as the launching of the LeBron 11, which gives it a signature look. The Aventador was wrapped in the same pattern as the one in LBJ's King Pride Nike shoe. This came straight out of the minds of Nike's Lula V, Rich Caliente, and Toys for Boys Miami. That's also the reason why LeBron's Roadster costs about $670,000, which is actually more than twice a regular Lamborghini Aventador. What a better marketing plan than to sport your shoe pattern on your newest head-turning ride. I would imagine that Nike paid for it, or at least half of it, seeing as it's a partnership deal. But I guess if you've got a spare $100 million like LeBron, then why not go for it? Ben Simmons returns on the list with the newest edition of his growing car collection. In 2019, Simmons renewed his love for Rolls Royce cars after buying a Rolls Royce Cullinan in a nice black shade. The Cullinan is the first SUV manufactured by Rolls Royce. It features a 6.75-liter V12 engine which produces up to 420 kilowatts of power. Now, what's a luxury SUV without its built-in minibar? The minibar is in the back of the center console of the car, complete with a drink cabinet, trademark Rolls-Royce glasses, a decanter, and its very own mini fridge. It's as if the price of almost $700,000 was too cheap for Simmons. He even made sure to have it customized by Champion Motoring. Simmons gracefully shared all his customizations in a separate Instagram post. These add-ons include Forgiato wheels and Jumpman baby blue seats to match. Who wouldn't want to celebrate after signing a $170 million contract with the Philadelphia 76ers? Speaking of sweet rides, the NBA player with the most outrageous car is the one and the only Derrick Rose with his $1.7 million Bugatti Veyron. This $1 million tourer was specially designed in Germany by Volkswagen and was assembled and produced in France. For that much, the Bugatti Veyron boasts an 8-liter V16 quad turbocharged engine with an impressive 7-speed DSG automatic transmission, which ultimately produces over 1,000 horsepower. Because of this much power, the Veyron can go up to 100 in less than 3 seconds and is able to cover over 400 kilometers per hour. That's definitely a buzzer beater. It looks like Rose got this relatively cheaply because it actually cost the producers over $8 million to make this specific Bugatti, but sold it off for less than a quarter of its price. So now you know how serious NBA players are when it comes to their luxury vehicles. It's safe to say that these big toys will just get more expensive as the years go by. But as they say, you really can't take your money into the grave, so why not make the most of it? If we're really being honest, who wouldn't want to do the same? Some of these rides are pretty crazy, and not many people will be able to say they spent even half as much money on a car that these guys have. But nonetheless, we can still sit here and watch them in the craft of basketball and how they splurge on themselves. Thanks for watching the video.